Just a few years ago, most people would have told you that YouTube is saturated, all the opportunities are gone, and you needed millions of dollars in a Hollywood production team just to start a successful channel. And at the time, it made a lot of sense because all of the successful channels seemed to be spending a ton of money, like Mr. Beast, or doing a ridiculous amount of editing that would basically take an entire team of editors months to finish a single video. But then I noticed that things started to change. And recently, in early 2025, I started digging into the data. I started looking at channels that were actually growing, and I kept finding the same thing. Normal people with zero background. Not experts, not people who had millions of dollars to spend on videos, not people who had a whole team of expert editors, just normal people with zero extra skills that were making more money than most people's day jobs. 253,000 subscribers just from talking to a camera. $250,000 a year from affiliate marketing. Even $100,000 a month while working less time. And these aren't lucky breaks. This is a system. Now, let me be transparent with you. These kinds of results aren't typical. Most people who start YouTube don't make a significant amount of money. Success takes work, patience, and there are no guarantees. And most people who start on YouTube don't use the right systems and therefore they don't succeed. But what these 5 people did, the exact steps they took, that's what I'm going to be sharing with you today. Because if they can do it with the right system, you can too. All right, channel number 1 and person number 1 that I want to mention is accepting the universe. But when I tell you that this guy is normal, I mean, he's really normal. He's got 253,000 subscribers, but here's what's crazy about him. He literally just sits in front of his camera and talks. That's it, you guys. No fancy editing, no jump cuts, no graphics flying around the screen, and his thumbnails don't even have text on them. They're just still shots from his video. And his video titles are super simple. Like, why do you postpone yourself? Or this will find you at the right time, always. And he's getting a massive amount of views. Now, here's the thing. This guy is literally just being like your internet friend, right? You know that crazy friend that you call when you're having a bad day? The one who just listens and then gives you real advice? That's him. No scripts, no fancy way of talking, just raw, honest conversation. And people are eating it up because in a world full of fake content, real hits different. Now, he may not be making 6 figures a year with his channel, but he's likely making at least a few $1,000s a month, and that's just from the ads that are shown on his channel alone. Now, he may or may not be doing a good job monetizing his channel. I will say that most YouTubers do a terrible job with that. So yeah, most YouTubers do a terrible job monetizing. They're probably making about 1/10 the amount of money, sometimes even less than they could be making. So if he's making a few $1,000s a month from AdSense, he could be making $10,000 to $30,000 a month if he was monetizing correctly. All right, quick break. This Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern time, I'm hosting a free live workshop called The $1 Billion a Day Industry Suddenly Unlocked by AI. At this workshop, I'll be giving away my brand new tool, TitleGen AI, for free. This is a viral video idea generator that I've been working on, powered by GPT, trained on thousands of hours of my teaching, my philosophy, and coaching sessions, and ready to go for you. And I'm giving it away for this one time only at the workshop. So make sure you show up, click the link in the description or the pinned comment below, and when you're done registering, make sure to click on add this to your calendar so it'll show up in your Google, Apple, or Outlook calendar in order to get our GPT. Now, you'll also be able to ask me questions live, so I look forward to meeting you. See you Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern time. Now back to your regularly scheduled programming. And I'll actually show you with person number 2, who's Alex Shep. So this guy started from absolute zero subscribers, 0 views, and 0 money on YouTube. And this was just over a year ago. And he made it to $15,000 a month on YouTube. And all the while he had a full-time job making $7,000 a month with his regular job. So that's over $250,000 a year if you do the math. Not bad. So how did he do it? 2 things. AdSense and affiliate marketing. And he keeps it very simple. He basically just helps people graduate from college faster. That's it. Pretty much all of his videos are all about graduating from college faster, saving yourself a little bit of time or sometimes saving yourself a massive amount of time, effort, and money when it comes to graduating from college in the United States, which is super valuable. And he just puts affiliate links in the description and he gets a commission for every sale. That's it. No high pressure sales tactics, just valuable content with simple recommendations. And honestly, the subject of the content is pretty boring, but it is printing him money. And he's not getting that many views, right? On most of his videos, he might get a couple thousand views, but he's still making a ton of money because he's solving a real problem for real people. And the craziest thing is his highest viewed video is only around 33,000 views. His very first video was about 1 year ago, and he posts about twice a week. And the video he posted like 5 days ago got 403 views, and pretty much all of these videos got 1,000 views except for this one about 3 weeks ago that got 3.8 thousand views. So yeah, tiny channel. Most people that look at this channel would have no idea that he's making good money with it. And there are literally tens of thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands of niches out there that are kind of like this, where they're super hyper specific. They solve a very specific problem for a very specific type of person. And there's tens of thousands, sometimes hundreds of thousands of dollars to be made in all of these little micro niches. All right, next one is Jonathan Briscoe. And this guy is another perfect example of how normal people are winning right now. He's not trying to be the next Mr. Beast, right? He's not doing any crazy stunts or giving away cars. He's just being himself. And he has videos like, you'll see this when God knows you're ready to see it, with over 1.2 million views. And he has another video titled, Hey God, I'm feeling lost in life, with 829,000 views. Now, as you can guess, his channel is very religion oriented, right? He likes to talk about God, he's a Christian, and he likes to share his thoughts on religion and kind of combine that with self-development. And his thumbnails are very simple. His videos are very simple as well, because you don't have to make your videos sophisticated to get a lot of views. And one thing that's quite interesting about his videos is a lot of the time he's not even looking at the camera. He's just talking off the top of his head, delivering information, and he doesn't even look at the camera. The camera just happens to be there, which is a very interesting way of delivering the content. Most people think that they have to look at the camera, but a lot of the time, if you're having conversations with other people in the real world, you might be sitting in a car, for instance, and they may not be looking at you as you have the conversation. Maybe you just, glance at each other every now and then, but a lot of the time they're not looking at you, and you may not even be looking at them as you have the conversation. So this is a lot more like mini conversations that you would have had in real life, which is quite interesting. But the most important thing is he's just consistently showing up and providing value and being there for someone at their lowest points in life. And that consistency is paying off big for him. Now, there's no information on exactly how much money he's making. He's likely making at least a few $1,000s a month. However, vidIQ says that from AdSense, he's probably making about $2.5K to $7.5 thousand a month. And he's getting around 1.6 million views a month, which for educational content, you're typically going to be making somewhere around $5 to $10 per view. So he's probably making somewhere between $8,000 to $16,000 a month just from AdSense alone. And that's if he's not monetizing correctly. If he is monetizing correctly, he's probably making a lot more than that. All right, so next is a channel that I actually follow quite a bit myself. You see, I used to run track and field in high school. I did the 100 meter, 200 meter, 400 meter, and javelin. And this is a channel that's all about track and field. And essentially, it's like a news channel that covers all of the latest news related to track and field, which is pretty freaking cool. And according to View Stats, this channel is making about $2.9 to $8.1 thousand a month. That's just from AdSense alone. So if this channel is monetizing correctly, they're likely making a lot more than that. But I would be willing to bet that they're making at least $10,000 a month from this channel. And it's just basically covering the news related to track and field. So whatever interesting stuff happens related to track and field, they cover it. And that's about it. So again, nothing crazy, nothing special. He's not like some kind of track star, covering track. He's just a guy who's passionate about track and field, and he makes content, and other people want to keep up with track and field too, and they're passionate about it. And next we've got Judd Albring, and this guy is the definition of normal. He's basically just your average dad, and he likes to give tips about how you can improve your financial situation, whether it's getting a better job, starting a side hustle, or even starting a full-time business. And he's basically balancing YouTube with family life. And he's working a regular job, and there's really nothing crazy fancy about him, right? He's just a dad, and that's how he markets himself. No flashy lifestyle, no Lamborghinis in the background, no Rolexes, just a normal guy sharing what works. But get this, he's making multiple tens of thousands of dollars in a month. AdSense, affiliate marketing, email list building, the same stuff that we've been talking about. And here's what makes Judd different. He's relatable. People look at him and think, if he can do it, I can do it too. And that relatability is his superpower, because people don't want to learn from someone who seems unreachable, right? They want to learn from someone who feels like them. And there's a lot of dads out there that can relate to him, and they want to get a better job, or they want to start a side hustle, or they want to make money on the side, passive income, or start a business. And he helps them to do that.
What's happening, guys? In the editing process of this video, and I have an opportunity for a select group of people. So these are people who are serious about growing their personal brand on YouTube. So basically, we figured out recently how to grow a personal brand and combine all the upsides of a personal brand with the upsides of automation, right? Using AI, using things like this to basically grow your personal brand 10 times faster, which in the past used to take decades to do. And now you can do it significantly faster. And you can do this to get a better job. You know, we work with beginners that just want to get a better job with their personal brand. You can do this to make money as a side hustle. We work with a lot of people like that. We can do this to make more money if you already have a side hustle or a small business. Or if you're already crushing it on YouTube, we can help you crush it 10 times more. We've worked with people like that as well. I mean, I literally can show clients at each level, people that we've gotten from 0 to over 10K, 0 to like over 30K, from like 1K per month all the way up to 185K per month, from around 30K per month all the way up to over 500K per month. So literally at every single level, and it works for everyone in every situation. With that being said, we are only working with 3 to 5 people, and they have to be people who are very serious, right? People who are dedicated to making this work. So if you think you're that type of person, go ahead and apply it down in the description and the pinned comment below, and you can be part of our group of 3 to 5 that we help. So see you there. Have a good one.
Now, someone very similar to Judd, who's just a few years down the line, is Antoine Wade. And his story is incredible because his channel is about careers and personal growth. And this guy was struggling hard, full-time job, multiple businesses, family man. But he's a world-renowned tech sales expert, but he was burnt out from content creation. And YouTube was taking up all of his time, and he wasn't seeing the results. But then something changed. You see, him and Judd both have something in common. They both started working with me. And at that point, everything flipped. He reduced his work time on YouTube, and he was able to scale his YouTube channel and his businesses and income related from YouTube all the way up to 6 figures in a month. And he did it all while working a fraction of the time. Let me repeat that. 6 figures a month while working less. How? Systems and the right strategy. And he was focusing on what actually works and what moves the needle. So this guy went from busy dad, very similar to the case of Judd, and he was struggling to make YouTube work, to a 6-figure business owner and YouTuber, right? And that's where I see Judd going very soon as well. So if you want to learn how they did it and you want to learn how I did it as well, click that link in the description. Attend the live training Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I've got an amazing training for you that's going to be an absolute game changer. The training's completely free, and there's also an AI tool that I'll only be giving away to people who attend the live training. So definitely check it out, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Links in the description and the pinned comment below. And I do this free valuable content knowing that 99.9% of you will never work with me. With that being said, I do have a coaching program where you can work with myself and my team, and we can help you to grow and make money on YouTube. So if that sounds interesting to you, go ahead and book a call down in the description in the pinned comment below. On this clarity call, we'll go over where you are right now, where you want to be, we'll figure out a plan to get there, and we'll see if we're a good fit to work together. So if you're ready to jump into coaching and you don't want to figure it out on your own, you can book that call down in the description and the pinned comment below as well. And if you enjoyed this video, check out my other video on more people that are normal that blew up on YouTube by clicking right here.